there, my fog-wandering, radio-listening thrill seekers. Today we're diving headfirst into the eerie, mist-covered streets of Silent Hill. Now imagine wandering through a town where the line between reality and nightmare blurs with every step you take. Intrigued? You should be, because we're about to uncover how Silent Hill transformed the horror genre, setting a new benchmark for psychological terror. And if that's not enough to give you goosebumps, stick around as we dig into some chilling secrets behind its creation that are as mysterious as the town itself. So grab your flashlight, it's about to get dark. When the fog rolled in on the development of Silent Hill, it wasn't just an atmospheric effect in-game. It reflected the mysterious and challenging process that the team at Konami faced. Led by Kiichiro Toyama, a young director with a fresh, albeit untested idea, the team set out to craft a game that delved deep into the psyche for its players. Far from the jump scare tactics of typical horror games of the time, Toyama, inspired by psychological horror and the eerie, unsettling works of authors like Stephen King, envisioned a game that was as much about the horrors of the mind as the monsters on the screen. But this was a leap of faith for Konami, traditionally known for more straightforward action or adventure games. Silent Hill's development was a gamble of innovation during a time when digital entertainment was still defining itself. The development team, later known as Team Silent, that's pretty awesome, was initially composed of staff members who had failed at previous projects. This group of misfits, however, turned their outsider status into a unique advantage. They pushed the boundaries of the PlayStation's capabilities, innovating with fog not just as a creepy element, but also as a clever solution to the technical limitations of the era, hiding the game's loading of environments to maintain a seamless, immersive experience. The soundtrack, crafted by Akira Yamaoka, also set Silent Hill apart. Akira mixed haunting melodies with industrial noises, crafting an auditory landscape that was as integral to the game's unsettling atmosphere as its fog. The music didn't just complement the game, it completed it, weaving into the narrative and gameplay to intensify the psychological unease. Behind the scenes, the creation of Silent Hill was fueled by a desire to innovate within an industry often bound by tried and tested formulas. Team Silent experimented with narrative, gameplay mechanics, and audiovisual elements to deliver a new kind of horror game. This experiment not only succeeded, but also set the stage for a franchise renowned for its depth and complexity, influencing countless other games in the genre. Now, as we venture deeper into the foggy, eerie world of Silent Hill, it's time to unravel the intricacies of its stories and the complexities of its characters, which stand as true masterpieces of psychological horror. At the heart of the game's narrative is Harry Mason, a seemingly ordinary man thrust into extraordinary circumstances. After a car crash on the outskirts of the mysterious town of Silent Hill, Harry wakes up to find his daughter, Cheryl, gone missing. This simple setup spirals into a labyrinth plot involving cults, alternative dimensions, and personal demons. As players guide Harry through the frog-shrouded streets, they encounter other key characters, each deeply woven into the town's disturbing history and lore. One such character is Sybil Bennett, a police officer from the nearby town of Brahms, who provides a semblance of normalcy and an ally in this nightmare. Then there's Dahlia Gillespie, a cryptic figure whose motives and knowledge about Silent Hill are as foggy as the town itself. Her involvement with the local cult and her own daughter, Alyssa, introduces players to the darker, cult-driven forces at play. Alyssa herself is pivotal, embodying the game's core themes of pain and the impact of extreme belief systems. Her story, fragmented and revealed through eerie, often disturbing clues, touches on the themes of sacrifice and suffering. The game masterfully uses its characters to explore these heavy themes, never outright telling, but showing through environmental storytelling and subtle hints, leaving players to piece together the chilling truths. But the true genius of Silent Hill's narrative is in its multiple endings, which depend on the player's actions and choices throughout the game. These endings range from the hopeful to the downright nihilistic, reflecting the game's overarching inquiry into the nature of reality and human guilt. Each ending serves not just a conclusion to the gameplay, but as a mirror reflecting the player's interactions with the game's world and its moral dilemmas. In Silent Hill, characters are not merely NPCs, but are integral to the game's storytelling method. They bring the town's hidden narratives to life, making the game a deeply personal experience for players. This personal touch elevates Silent Hill above standard game fare, making it a profound commentary on fear, the human condition, and the unseen horrors that dwell within us all. Now let's switch gears and delve into the gameplay mechanics of Silent Hill, which are just as integral to its horror as the fog is to its atmosphere. A lot of fog here, right? The game's horrifying and jump-scarified gameplay is experienced by integrating a real-time 3D environment with a fixed camera system. This choice wasn't just for scares. It manipulated player perspective, often limiting what you could see until the last terrifying second. Imagine wandering through a dimly lit corridor with the camera angled just so, making you question every shadow in every corner. It's not just the monsters that are scary, it's wondering where they might be hiding. Combat in Silent Hill is deliberately clunky. Harry is not a soldier. He's just a regular dad looking for his daughter. This means fighting off nightmarish creatures with whatever you can find, from a pipe to a handgun. Feels desperate and real. The game forces players to think about when to fight and when to flee, adding a palpable tension to every encounter. Puzzle solving is another core element, with puzzles that involve more than just finding the right key for the right door. These puzzles are woven into the story and the environment, often requiring a keen understanding of clues given throughout notes and books scattered throughout the town. The solutions might involve complex riddles or environmental manipulation, pushing players to think critically under pressure. Oh, and speaking of pressure, if you're enjoying this deep dive into the eerie corners of Silent Hill and don't want to wander lost in the fog of the YouTube algorithm, why not hit that like and subscribe button? It's quicker than solving one of the Silent Hill's infamous puzzles and ensures you won't miss out on any of our thrilling explorations. Now back to the mechanics. Resource management is crucial in Silent Hill. Ammo and health items are scarce, compelling players to manage their resources wisely or face dire consequences. This scarcity adds to the game's overall feeling of vulnerability and dread, making every bullet and health pack incredibly valuable. Silent Hill's gameplay mechanics are a careful blend of traditional survival horror elements with innovative twists that immerse players in its unnerving world. The game doesn't just scare you, it makes you feel the isolation, desperation, and confusion of Harry Mason, making every decision, every step into the fog, a test of courage and wit. But the game didn't just send shivers down the spines of those who dared to play it, it also made a formidable impact on the gaming industry and culture at large. Upon its release in 1999, Silent Hill quickly distinguished itself as a critical darling, garnering praise for its atmospheric depth and psychological horror elements. While it didn't initially match the blockbuster sales of some contemporaries, such as the Resident Evil series, Silent Hill carved out a substantial niche, selling over 2 million copies worldwide. This success demonstrated that gamers were ready for more than the nuanced and psychological-driven horror experiences. But Silent Hill's true power lay in its cultural impact. The game's innovative use of atmospheric, narrative depth, and psychological horror elements influenced a slew of developers and titles. Games like Alan Wake and Amnesia: The Dark Descent owe a debt to Silent Hill's pioneering approach to horror storytelling and environmental immersion. Moreover, Silent Hill's influence extended beyond gaming into other media. The dense, fog-laden aesthetic and the complex, layered narrative inspired a feature film adaptation in 2006, which itself spawned a sequel. These films, while receiving mixed reviews, highlighted the game's significant impact on popular culture and its ability to translate across different media, a testament to its robust and compelling world building. But enough about the numbers. How well do you know the chilling depths and dark corners of Silent Hill? Let's put that knowledge to the test with some mind-blowing trivia. First up, what is the name of the sinister drug featured in Silent Hill's dark narrative? And what terrifying effect does it have on its users? If you said White Claudia, you'd be spot on. It is infamous within the game for its hallucinogenic properties, playing a crucial role in the town's eerie happenings and deeply intertwined with the local cult's activities. Next up, Silent Hill has an iconic abandoned school bus. Do you know what its significance is within the game's lore? The answer is the abandoned school bus near Midwich Elementary School serves as a haunting reminder of the town's tragic events and mysterious disappearances, enhancing the game's eerie atmosphere and hinting at the deeper horrors that plague Silent Hill. Then we have the hidden UFO ending that adds a quirky twist to Silent Hill. What specific item must players find to use to unlock this out-of-the-world ending? The answer is to uncover the UFO's ending, players must find the channeling stone and use it at 5 specific locations throughout the game. This ending provides a humorous break from the game's usual intense horror. And just like that, as mysteriously as a fog dissipates to reveal the hidden paths of Silent Hill, we've reached the end of our eerie journey through its shadowy streets and twisted tales. Remember, if you ever find yourself lost in a foggy, seemingly haunted town, don't panic. It's probably just your neighborhood with a weather twist, or if you've been playing too much Silent Hill. Until next time, keep your radios tuned and your flashlights ready, because you never know what's lurking just out of sight. If you enjoyed this look back into the history of Silent Hill, click this video here to see more from the Retro Reload. And as always, thank you for watching.